Welcome to A Game of Thrones, a card game of conquest, battle, intrigue and betrayal, based on George R.R. Martin's best-selling A Song of Ice and Fire fantasy novel series. In this game you will play one of the great houses of Westeros: Stark, Lannister, Baratheon, Targaryen, Greyjoy or Martell. Plot decks control the strategic flow of the game, while draw decks of characters, locations, attachments and events control the tactical play, as players compete against each other with military strength, political clout and devious schemes of intrigue. Power is gained by winning challenges against an opponent's house. The first player to gain 15 power wins the game. To play, you need a house card, a plot deck and a draw deck. These decks come pre-built in the core set, but A Game of Thrones is also a living card game, and your enjoyment and experience of the game can be customized and enhanced through the addition of regularly released 40-card expansions. For this tutorial, Player 1 will be playing House Stark, and Player 2 will be playing House Lannister. The setup phase allows both players to hit the ground running and get some cards in play before the game even begins. After both players shuffle their draw decks, they each draw 7 cards. From these 7 cards, up to 5 gold worth of characters and locations can be played face down. The gold value of each card is shown here. Characters are identified by strength icons, while locations are identified by road parchment imagery behind the title. The limited keyword is also important during the setup phase. Players can only play 1 limited card each round, and this limitation must also be followed during the setup. Once both players have laid down 5 gold worth of characters and locations, they reveal their setups to each other. After setups have been revealed, both players draw back up to 7 cards. The game is now ready to begin. For your convenience, the 7 phases of the game are listed on the house card. In the plot phase, the players secretly choose a card from their plot decks. This plot is used throughout the current round. A plot card does 4 distinct things. First, your plot determines the amount of gold you will have at your disposal to play cards during the marshalling phase. The more gold you have on your plot card, the more you are able to marshal. Second, your plot determines your initiative for the round. The player who wins initiative determines who acts first throughout the remainder of the round. Third, your plot determines your claim value, which signifies how much impact your challenges have on your opponents during the challenges phase. Fourth, your plot has a textual effect that either occurs immediately when the plot card is revealed or lasts throughout the round. Every plot card in the game has a unique textual effect. Both players choose their plots by looking at their plot deck and deciding which plot will help them the most this round. Once this has been decided by a player, the plot is selected and held face down until the opponent has also made his selection. When both players are ready, the selected plot cards are revealed simultaneously. Once plot cards have been revealed, players compare initiative values. In this example, Player 1 revealed the Holding the Trident plot card, which has an initiative of 4, and Player 2 revealed the Power of Blood plot card, which has an initiative of 3. Player 1 has 1 initiative, and chooses to be the first player this round. Sometimes you will want to play first, and sometimes you will want to play second. If you win initiative, the choice is yours. After plot cards have taken effect, players have the option to take player actions. Player actions involve triggering card abilities or playing event cards. Event cards can be identified by the ravens on the template. Player 1 has no actions he wishes to take, so he passes. Player 2 does not wish to take an action at this time, so he passes as well. Play now proceeds to the draw phase. In the draw phase, both players draw 2 cards simultaneously from their draw decks. Players now have the opportunity to pass or take player actions. When both players have passed, play proceeds to the marshalling phase. During the marshalling phase, players collect gold from the treasury and use it to marshal characters, locations and attachments into play from their hands. The first player acts first, completes his marshalling, and then the second player marshals his forces. Gold is counted by taking the gold value on your revealed plot card and then applying any gold modifiers. Since player 1 has revealed a plot card with gold value of 3, and a +1 gold modifier on his Great Keep card, he counts 4 gold this round. This number of gold dragons are taken from the treasury and placed in front of player 1. Cards are marshalled from a player's hand by paying the appropriate gold value back to the treasury and putting the card into play. Players can only marshal cards when they are the active player during the marshalling phase. After player 1 has completed his marshalling actions, player 2 begins his marshalling actions by first collecting gold and then playing cards from his hand.